Hello, Twin Flames. This is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today, as promised, this reading is going to be dedicated to new moon in Capricorn, which we are experiencing today as I'm recording and publishing this. The peak is happening in the morning EST time, but as we all know, the lunar event energy actually stays with us for a few days. Actually starts a little bit before the peak and it lasts for a few days. So we can safely say it's going to last all through this Christmas weekend. So let's see what we actually have been talking about and seeing that energy manifest in the last couple of readings that I did this week. But I really want to focus on the new moon specifically right now. And yes, we will do the check of how it's impacting each of the planets. We'll also see with different deck here what is the projected outcome of this time of this new moon energy. And last but not least, I'm going to pull some cards of the Angel Therapy deck to get some guidance for each of the twins. All right, let's get started. And I picked the Alice Wonderland deck for an oracle part of the reading. So let's see what kind of theme are we dealing with for the feminine, first of all. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're ready for the weekend. Have some plans with friends or family, even if you're not celebrating. In Ukraine, for example, they do give us a day off for Catholic Christmas, but majority of people don't actually recognize this as a Christmas day because most of the population is Christian Orthodox, and we're celebrating Christmas on the 7th of Jan. But yeah, sure, everybody will be doing something with the family if possible, or at least taking some rest or doing something fun. And by now, like even with all the war activity going on, people have realized how important it is to make time, to have fun, to nurture yourself, to do something nice for yourself and for others, right? So yeah, by now people are kind of like they don't feel guilty about celebrating or taking care of themselves anymore, and that's a good healthy direction, I would say. Anyways, we have falling for the feminines. It's interesting. Number 4, the unknown, descent, momentum, change. Let's read the divination message from the book. This is the part where Alice falls through the rabbit hole. The in-between, the end of what once was, the letting go of who you were and rebirth into a new life. Unknown outcomes. Complete immersion in the process of change. Yeah, this is the quintessential new moon energy, right? Where with the ending of the moon cycle, we're kind of like, this rebirth happens naturally. Moreover, we had winter solstice just a couple of days ago, which was also about that rebirth, right? We reached the point with the shortest day, and now the sun is taken over again and days become longer than nights, which is also signifying of this new cycle of life, new phase of life, new jolt of energy that we're receiving. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines. Immersion in change. Anything goes. I'm hearing this message for the feminine, so you can basically direct that energy the way you want, with the focus that you want. So it's very important to keep that channel of communication going right now with your higher power and manifest exactly what you're looking for, exactly what your priorities are. As long as they're pure and guided by, love and heart space, this is a very fertile land for them for the seeds to land on and to grow. For masculines, we have no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Well, we just read the message for the feminine, so let's read one for the masculines as well. You may be afraid out of habit, not out of reason. Feeling intimidated but without need. Remember how many reasons you have to feel confident. Go forward with courage. You're more powerful than you're feeling. Others cannot harm you as you're so strong. Yes, to me, this also has a connection with the reading I did yesterday and the day before about divine masculines. For them, this rebirth and this new cycle means that they're becoming a lot more confident about the twin flame journey and about the connection specifically, right? They're not as intimidated anymore. It's not as scary because it's so different and so unknown. Like, you know, every turn is like, whoa, what's gonna happen next, right? So with time, you start living in that panic attack mode where you don't know what's gonna happen next. But now they're in that space and they're asked to stay in that space where you have that knowing that you are protected, that you are being divinely guided, and whatever happens is happening for you, not to you, even if you don't understand it in the moment. Very important message. Okay, we've got Telema deck here, so let's see how this new moon in Capricorn is impacting divine feminines. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Yes, 7 is a spiritual number. This is like setting the scene, setting yourself up for the next phase, for what is to come. What about divine masculines? And what I'm also getting while I'm shuffling, oh, we got 7, another 7. Anything else to clarify the 7 of Swords? Anything else for the masculines? Okay, 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands, choose another 7. Okay, 3 of Wands, bottom of the deck. Yeah, so what I'm getting for the feminines is that, and we actually have feminine in both of these cards, which is not always the case, not in all decks, but in this particular one it is. And to me, this signifies that feminines are stepping into the part where they're actually, it's also this new level of confidence and finding comfort about being a divine feminine, being a light worker, and not just being a light worker in your head or like, you know, like part of this secret society, but being more confident about being one in your daily life, right? Talking about that, presenting yourself that way to others, and pursuing your dreams, ideas, creative projects connected with your mission openly. And not necessarily that you need to announce it to everyone, but at least you're not hiding them, right? You're a lot more kind of like feeling a lot more in your skin with it, if that makes sense, right? Where it's not like, well, I'm not sure they're gonna understand or they're gonna think I'm weird. It's like, well, of course I'm different from everybody else, right? If they have a problem, it's their problem. I'm helping people, right? I'm doing something wonderful. So why would I hide it, right? You're standing strong in your position. This is 7 of Wands here with that wand, holding that wand, right? That inspiration, that wisdom, that knowing. And the 7 of Pentacles is strategizing, right? So it's not just like figuring out day by day, right? This is taking it to the next level. Setting a new moon is all about setting intentions for something new, something that is to come. And this is being very pragmatic about it. This is like, not like, yeah, I'm gonna keep working on myself. This is more like, okay, so next year, or at least like in the next 3 months, I wanna do X, Y, Z. This is what I'm gonna do. I don't know, I wanna, let's say, set up my website, or I wanna register my company. This is how I'm gonna grow my audience, or these are the new skills I want to learn, right? Like being specific. For the masculines, yeah, we have the actually remnants of the full moon here, which reminds me that the last full moon was pretty significant. And what I'm getting here, and that was full moon in Gemini, if you remember, so that was connected with understanding yourself better, right? And being more authentic in communication. So this is a new phase where divine masculines are faced with new struggles of expressing themselves, right? And them making choices. Remember, we had that yesterday actually in DM reading, where the masculine can see clearly the options, right? And this is also 2 of Swords is about that, seeing the options. Do I go with the comfortable choice, or do I go with the truthful, authentic choice in any and every decision that I'm making in my 3D life, right? Or like karmic situations. right? So this is like that new level of realization where I'm being authentic, I'm being myself, or where I'm having to lie to be someone else, not necessarily out of bad intentions, but that's in reality what it is, right? It is putting them into extra conundrum because there's always pressure from the outside, right? Apart from the internal conflict that's already caused by these choices, there's always pressure from the outside. First of all, to make decisions quickly, right? A lot of times you don't have much time to think it over, to sleep on it. You have to make a decision in the moment. A lot of times it's hard to understand what is the right decision in the moment. With time, it will become more automatic, more intuitive. But at first, it's hard. So divine masculines understand that because of all that pressure, oftentimes they're still in that, I don't want to say deceitful mode, although that's what Seven of Swords is, but I want to say it's when they're not choosing what they would like to. They're choosing what they're pushed to choose by external factors, by peer pressure, karmic partner pressure, you name it, right? They're going with what is the most comfortable choice so they don't ruffle any feathers. Not for them, but to avoid confrontation. Okay, so what's the outcome of this new moon energy for divine feminines? What's the possibility? What's the best possible outcome of this new moon energy? And since this is new moon in Capricorn, if you're doing some rituals, it's a good idea to work with the earth or with plants, something that is connected with the earth element. I'm not necessarily saying plant something because it's, for a lot of us, it's pretty cold time of year, but of course indoors you can still do it. But yeah, however, you can, like, for example, as for me, I had my orchid start blooming this week, right? So for me, this is like this notion of new life that I can work with, and you can always find some inspiration. I mean, we have fir trees, we have all kinds of trees during this time around us because it's Christmas time. Maybe you can do something with that. At least use the tree, if you have a real tree especially, as the symbol of that new life and vivacity, of that energy that is coming in and helping you ground your roots into this reality. Just as important as being able to connect with the other realms. So what's the outcome for divine feminines? Death and justice. Yes, we already spoke about death in reverse with the oracle card. Justice, which is the balancing out of forces, right? I'm getting it's also karmic rebalance in this case, right? So whatever that transformation, and in this deck, it looks pretty grim actually. It might have affected you financially with this guy holding on to their resources, right? You may have had some losses or failures in financial projects, or it could have been with other resources, right? Like you understand that you wasted a lot of time on something that was in vain, or you trusted someone and you shouldn't have. Whatever it is, it was the foundation for this rebirth. So it was really important for karmic rebalance as well. And not to worry if whatever happened to you was like you were, I don't like the word victim, but if you were victim, if you were hurt by someone else, if that was, an unfair and reasonable situation, it's all gonna come back now. That's the outcome of this new moon energy. You will see their words, right? So if something was taken from you, it will be returned to you, maybe in a different way, but you will be rewarded for staying the course, for keeping aligned, for acting out of love and courage and wisdom, and not falling into either the victim mentality or aggression or whatever else the emotional reaction could have been out of that misery or failure, whatever it was that happened recently. Maybe still is happening. What do we have for the masculines? Ooh, Three of Cups, celebration. Oops. And death in, oh wow, that's so interesting. I like it. This wasn't actually the death card. This was the Four of Pentacles, but it had death in it. That's because that's the after tarot, right? So that's what it was. Like you're holding on to something old, right? You're like afraid to lose something, and then the death comes and just decides for you. It's something that's unavoidable, that you can't really scare off, right? But I'm standing, like with the death, I'm standing by it. And now we have a death card for divine masculines. It is in reverse. But what I'm getting here is that the transformation is happening, but it's more behind the scenes. So for the masculines, it may not look the same in terms of like, it's not visible from like life events, but it is happening internally. It's the energy transformation, the mindset transformation. Moreover, masculines are getting a message that transformation isn't always painful, and it can still be major. It can change your life, and those scenarios where you wake up one day as a completely different person are completely possible, and they see it with themselves, maybe even in you divine feminines watching, right? I don't mean like you're entirely like 180 degrees different person, but something about you is like, wow, very different from what it used to be. So they're gathering that knowledge, they are learning, right? They are becoming more conscious of these scenarios. And the outcome of this new moon is it's creating this energy and opportunity for celebration. Yes, of course, we're in the holiday season, but it's so, I'm looking for a word. It's so rewarding to be able to enjoy it fully and to feel good about yourself and your life. Not just be there because you have to be there, or, you know, it's the date on the calendar, or other people have expectations of you, but, you know, enjoy your time there and truly feel like it's a celebration for what you have achieved, for how that transformation has impacted your life and your views and, you know, the course of your life, really, right? What you see for yourself coming next. Because as I already mentioned, divine masculines are definitely a lot more enthusiastic and excited about this journey. They are recognizing it more openly now. They are not in denial anymore. And this is the part where they get excited, like, okay, so what's next? Maybe they don't have the answers, but they are excited. The word of guidance for divine feminine watching from the angels. Guys, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, and to share it with other people who can benefit from it. Vacuum away fear. Call upon archangels. You see the synchronicities here, fear removal and transformation in both sides. Call upon archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. So that could be a ritual, actually. The only thing that I would add to this, if you are doing a new moon ritual, focus on what you want to bring more of. So I wouldn't work with the word fear. I would work with something like bringing in more courage, confidence, stability, I don't know, you name it, but, you know, work with manifesting those positive things in. Balance, right? That's key. What about masculines? What's the word? Ooh, that was intense. But two cards jumped out. So yeah, the rest of the deck went a little crazy. By the way, I will be publishing forecast for next year by zodiac sign pretty soon. I'm going to publish it on Mindful Bamboo, so my other channel. So make sure you check that out. And I also am going to publish an article this weekend about the connection between gut health and mental health, which I think is really important, very interesting, food for thought. So check out my website. Wow, oh my gosh, you saw that it was like, this card said, call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael. For masculines, we have the cards Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. I mean, you can make this up, and I'm glad you could see my cards. Wow. So Archangel Michael, which is the guardian of twin flames. You're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through this situation, and divine masculines can truly feel it, which is beautiful. Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, is with you, supporting your healing work. Yeah, so that's the angel that will heal the fear, and, you know, being intimidated or wanting to people please or finding the easy answer, right? So that's the healing work around those patterns. I love this so much. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.